Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Today, let's discuss morality, the morals of our people. If you're watching this video, you'll realize that this is the first time you're hearing morality in a long time. People don't talk about it anymore. People don't talk about being nice, being chaste, being well behaved, taking care of your family, behaving yourself, not getting involved in drugs, in sex before marriage, and all those things. People don't talk about those things anymore. Today, we are going to talk about it. Why are we talking about it? Because it is the Hebrew way of life. This is what the Hebrews do. This is what the Hebrews are known for. Let's talk about it today. Brothers and sisters, since when is it okay for people to be having premarital sex? Why is it that in today's society, little girls as old as 12 and 13 know things about sex that their grandmothers could never imagine? What is causing this? What kind of parents will these children grow up to be? How will the society look in the future if these children, who are so sexually activated at such a tender age, what is going on? The information we'll be giving you today is a discussion on the morality of our people. And when I mean morality, a whole lot of things contribute to morality. However, we'll be talking about uncleanness, not being chaste, not involving in sexual activity when you're not supposed to. That's what we're talking about. In our community in this Gone, it is practically impossible to see a woman having premarital sex. It is literally impossible to see a young girl having premarital sex. Today, it is almost impossible to see a virgin, almost impossible to see a virgin that's older than 15. Totally almost impossible. Why? What has gone wrong? You see, in the scriptures, our people are well known for well behavior. If you talk to your mothers and your grandmothers, the things that are being done today were not obtainable. If you read in Igbo communities, if someone is having extramarital affair and you are caught doing that, you are executed. It's punishable by death. And it is biblical. The reason this is done is that our communities were set up to be pure and chaste. We had rules. Marriage is very important to the Hebrew people. Marriage is still important to the Igbo people. And if a woman is going to get married, or if a man is going to get married, he has to be train himself to be pure and chaste. This is one of the reasons the Most High told us to circumcise our children. It is widely known that circumcision helps guard someone against the carnal desires, the lustful desires of the flesh. That is a well-known fact. But today, what is going on? We are seeing some NGOs who are preaching against circumcising our daughters and even circumcising our sons. These so-called NGOs have permeated our culture, and they usually come through the churches and the local governments to corrupt our people, both home and abroad. And the funny thing is, they usually come under the guise of women liberation, women freedom. When a woman is behaving like a prostitute, having sexual relations with thousands of men, being a lesbian and taking drugs and all this stuff, She is described as a free woman. How can sexual immorality be associated with freedom? This is a twisted society that we are rolling in. People came under the guise of women liberation, women freedom, to liberate women that were never enslaved in the first place. And then they have a way of marketing to people that you're now free, you can do whatever you want to do, it's your life, it's your body, all those kind of nonsense. Are women happier now? No, they are not. Actually, studies have shown that women are far less happy than they were before. And studies have shown that women are far less productive than they used to be today. From the movies that we watch, from the television we expose our children from a very early age. If there's, I don't think there's any movie out there where you don't see people who are not married kissing or having sex. And our children constantly watch this, they are indoctrinated by this on a daily basis, and they now believe it's normal. In fact, if you see any of our sons and daughters that have not had sex before, they begin to feel that there's something wrong with them. They are being taught that there's something wrong with them for not having sex. This has led to our daughters growing up faster than they are supposed to have grown up. And before you know it, a girl is in her late 20s, she is already old, completely old. Because all these kind of sexual activities, they take a toll on a human being. They do take a toll. Everyone knows that. And that is why, if you look at those who are porn stars or those who have been acting porn movies, they look far older than their age. Because it does take a toll. This is the kind of seduction that these people are bringing in to our sisters, our brothers, our younger ones, our younger generation. Every day, if you go to the internet or any of these news feeds, you will be bombarded with articles like how sex is good for your life. Scientists have shown that having sex 20 times is good for your ear, or sexual relationship may increase your ability to see behind your back. All those kind of nonsense. All these things are being written as article to people, and children see these things and they think this is real science. This is not scientific studies, brothers and sisters. There's nothing scientific about any of these things. These things are being done. I've always said this. What we are going through in life is not battle for resources or battle for money or anything. We are fighting a battle for your soul. These people that are bringing this nonsense are doing everything they can to destroy your morality. And I will explain what this in probably in a new video. But these articles are being sponsored by people who are interested in destroying your morality, because this is a battle for your soul. If you've heard of a man called Sigmund Freud, Sigmund Freud is the father of he's the father of modern psychology or psychotherapy or stuff like that. This is a person that is involved in sexual perversion, and this is somebody that is interested in bringing sexual perversion in people. The things that he do, I can't even describe them, and the things that he encourages his subject, and people who see him like one very smart person. No, he's not. He is he's a Satanist like the rest of his people, and he is doing the work of Satan on the planet. You see, it's funny that the so-called children of God, the so-called Christians, don't know that they are supposed to be doing the work of their father. However, the children of Satan are working overtime, trying to corrupt the morality, especially of children. And we're not even giving our children the chance, the opportunity to be good. That is so sad. Brothers and sisters, this Sigmund Freud I'm talking about, his nephew is a man called Edward Bernays. Edward Bernays is the father of modern television. He is the father of propaganda. He is responsible for the morality depreciation and propaganda from television. Okay, these people you are seeing, they are not human beings like you. These people are children of the fallen angels. I have to do a video on the book of Enoch to explain this thing. They are working day and night to destroy your morality, to destroy your essence, to destroy the humanness in you. This is what they are doing. Okay, and they are bringing it now to our communities. If you go to the internet, let's say if you go to a place like Naira Land, you'll be seeing despicable posts about lesbianism, homosexuality, drugs, prostitution. Prostitutes are now given platform and are being praised. People don't even call it prostitution anymore. They call it runs, or they call it big girls or something like that. They glorify immorality. And you never know. Our children all have cell phones now, have computers. They have access to this kind of thing. They see it like this is what society approves. So it's what they look up to, because the adults in their lives approve of this. They see their parents, their mothers, their brothers, their sisters trying to be like the celebrities, trying to dress like celebrities, and they feel that this is what they should be like because this is what society approves. Brothers and sisters, don't be responsible for the moral depreciation of these little ones. You should be conscious of your behavior and how they interpret this behavior. And what I'm trying to explain here is that the people who are bringing this culture to you, they don't have, their objective is to destroy your morality. That is their objective. Their objective is not to entertain you or to enlighten you or to tell you the truth. It's to destroy your morality. That's what it is, brothers and sisters. So, brothers and sisters, this, you may not know this, but if you are a Satanist, you will swear an oath to destroy the morals of God's creation. It's people who worship Satan, they swear to these things. They will never tell you. But this is, it's even funny that I'm saying this. This is public knowledge. You can go and research the oaths that they take, maybe in the Jesuits, the so-called Jesuits in Catholic Church, or the Freemasons. Go and look at the oaths they take. They swear to do work, do activities that will destroy your morals. So your morals is very important. I'm not just telling you something that, grabbing onto the past that's forgotten. No, this is a battle that is going on. And that's why the scripture said narrow is the path. You have to be determined to take that narrow path. Because these Satanists, they won't know this before they join, but when they join these groups, they take an oath to destroy your morality. And most of these musicians, actors, and actresses, they are looking for 1 naira, they're looking for money here and there. They will stupidly go and join these things. And once you join, you can't get out. You can't get out. You will now take an oath to destroy the morality of people. This is what they do, brothers and sisters. Don't waste your life trying to mimic what you see on television. It is not real. There is no real life on those things. There is no one happy behind the screen. They don't live a happy life. So, brothers and sisters, don't be deceived by them. If you are a parent, do not expose your children to this kind of material. Most times, from what I've seen, when the man of the family is trying not to expose the children, the woman will not be trying as hard, or vice versa. However, you have to keep on keeping on. You have to keep on trying, because whatever is good is worth dying for. And the morality and the innocence of our children is worth dying for. We have to protect our children and give them a chance to be pure. Brothers and sisters, if you feel you need to get involved in sexual activities, go and get married. You don't have to be rich to get married. It is actually advisable for young men and women to get married at an early age and then move on life. People who do that have been far happier than those who don't. There is a lot of statistics to prove that. Brothers and sisters, your body is a temple. Treat it like one. You are a worthy sacrifice to the Lord God of heaven. Treat yourself like one. Do not get involved in unclean discussions. Don't make friends that are going to lead you astray. I remember growing up, there's a young boy I wasn't very close to him, and there was one day we were all gathered together having discussions about girls and everything, and he said there, right there and then, that he won't talk about girls like that. And we asked him why. He said it's disrespectful to them. I was in primary school. I will never forget this boy. And when he made that statement, my life changed. And from then till this very day, you will not hear me talking about girls like they are not humans. I mean, the society have taught us to call our sisters bitches, to call our mothers bitches. Why? Why is that? Do not be seduced by society to look down on your sisters and your mothers, because they are the backbone of your society. The women in our communities, they are our communities. They make up our communities. They train the children. They mold the children into warriors. They mold our daughters into mothers and leaders of our communities. When you begin to look down on them and call them names, you are invariably destroying your society and destroying yourself. Do not give in to this kind of temptation, brothers and sisters. May the God of heaven guide us and protect us and keep us pure and chaste, and forgive us of any iniquities that we may have committed. In his most blessed name, Selah.